All right, we're gonna get to the bottom of this supposed outrage about this guy's song. I have no idea who this musician is. All I know is that there's controversy. Don't try this in a small town. It's supposed to be racist and lynching. This is my first time watching it. I have no idea who this is or any preconceived notions. Let's watch Jason Aldean try that in a small town. This is my first time watching it. All right, a little already a little racist. Guys, I'm kidding. Work with me here. You know I'm fair on both sides of the aisle. I don't know what that Negan with the baseball bat was in front of the burning shit. Little pig, try that in a small town, Rick. Let's keep going. Okay. I understand what this guy, I already get it. I know what the problem is. I know what this guy was trying to articulate in the song, but he probably didn't do it that great. We all saw those knockout contest, like prank, whatever, they're not even, assaults. A lot of them were in Philadelphia and New York City, but like, yeah, like little punk kids, some of them look like me-ish, would sneak up on somebody and crack them upside the head. And it created a really visceral, like, what the fuck? Like, that didn't used to happen. So I get where he's coming from. So let's keep watching. The test of whether or not this video is going to be racist is if he's only showing black people doing this shit. Because, hey, look, a lot of us did. I ain't going to fucking argue that. But a lot of white people did too. So, like, let's just make sure this isn't just like, them basketball Americans. Don't do that, all right? We know that we got rednecks and we got hoodlums, all right? Okay, showing rich white liberal girls abusing their privilege because they could fucking get in a cop's face and give the finger and just be incorrigible C words. Because I'm not sure I'm going to post this. I don't want people to actually watch this. Okay, I get what he's saying. It's a shitty, he wrote it bad. I know that's all the problem is. Like, I get the sentiment that he's appealing to, and frankly, I agree with a lot of what he's saying. Mainly because if you read my book, How to Manage Your Girlfriend's White Guilt, you'd get it. But yeah, I think there's a sense of like, it's not like, hey, try this in a small town and like our local KKK is going to beat you up because we are all racist. I think it's a certain sense of like, in a small town, everyone has a job and you don't have the luxury of necessarily divorcing like the people you drink with at the one bar in town from the job that they have to do. So like, you may not like cops, but they may be your brothers or your sisters or the people you have a beer with as well. So I think the anonymity of a large city allows us to be pieces of shit to these ideas of people we don't like these institutions of cops and, what's that on all lesbians dating profiles? It's ACAB, all cops are bastards. It's like, what a fucking luxury to be able to believe that, because I'm a black guy, my little brother's a state trooper. So like what? So because he's black, he's a bastard. It's like the logic breaks down when you bring it to a smaller level, which I know this redneck did not have the level of analysis that I just gave you, but let's keep watching. Because there's real people doing these jobs. Like, again, I come from a family of black law enforcement. Like, my stepfather was a corrections officer. He was a drill sergeant in the Army. I mentioned my little brother. He's a state trooper. It's like, that we take care of our own shit. It's like, it sounds real, like, hooded white guy. But what I think he's more saying is, like, you can't knock out old ladies like I live in a town called Beacon in New York, 16,000 people. I wouldn't call that a small town. But if someone we knew got knocked out, like an old lady, there was this bag lady who used to come to my coffee shop, and if someone had knocked her out, for sure the goon squad would have found out which house, which kid that was, and we would have taken care of that. So again, clumsy execution, but I'm sure this guy doesn't like black people either, but this isn't what people are making it out to be necessarily, but there are definitely shades of it. And again, he's responding to what is the collapse of major metropolitan cities, the downtown areas of the major metropolitan areas, that has been precipitated by a combination of two things: the flight of all the rich white liberals out of the city during COVID, because all the fancy mixology bars closed, so they moved upstate and bought farmhouses, and the fact that everyone works from home and the closing and emptying of all these office buildings. So now all of downtown cities are fucking empty and look like Escape from New York. And what comes with that is a presence of crime. So from the outside, if you don't live or grew up in a city, you're seeing major metropolitan areas collapse. And the response is like, it ain't gonna happen in like, I don't know small cities anymore. Hazard, Kentucky? I don't fucking know. So he's clumsily articulating the decline of the American city right now, which is a real thing, but liberals always hate acknowledging crime. I don't know why. I've lived in LA on and off since 2013, and everyone's like, it's not dangerous. You're crazy. That's Fox News. I've never been attacked in my entire life. I was paying $2,500 a month for a fucking studio in a gated community. I walked outside of my apartment, outside of the gate, and was almost punched in the face by a homeless person. I don't mean like this theoretically almost happened. I mean, he tried to punch me and I blocked it, okay? I grew up in Manhattan. Nothing like that has ever fucking happened. So cities are collapsing because nobody's there. They all moved out and offices are fucking empty. And what comes with that is the presence of crime. That is basic sociology. All right, so then he chose like the fucking white guy punching like what probably was a black kid trying to rob a liquor store, and it's just like, okay, like what? And again, to my conservative friends, well, black people commit most of the crimes. Like, there's a lot of variables to that, and it's fucking true for a lot of reasons. But like, you can't have slavery and racism legal for 400 fucking years and be like, I don't understand why these people aren't behaving better. Like, don't fucking be ignorant like that, okay? I'll call those people out all the time, and I do. But you have to acknowledge what led up to that as well. Like, don't be cute. It shouldn't have been a country song. It should have been new wave. This should have been like a David Bowie, like, try that in a small town, people knocking out old ladies today. Is that the song? I don't know. I leave the singing to the professionals. Anyway, is this... All right. I mean, so is there some questionable imagery in this? Sure. Does this guy, have a nuanced understanding of why people are saying Black Lives Matter? Probably not. But at the end of the day, he's not wrong and crazy. So I give this on my racism scale a 3 out of 5. He could have gone harder if he really wanted to drive it home. But again, cities are collapsing, and it has a lot to do with liberal policies. So is he wrong? Is he completely wrong? No. Yeah. So take that how you will. I like 80s and 90s country. It's gonna be a long century.